and enjoyed. And Gnosticism, they had a form of what's called asceticism, where they would literally, treat themselves, like you might see these Buddhist monks that flog themselves and things like that. That's asceticism. Christianity of the dead, rabbit trail of the dead. And why did we have to have the red heifer? And not only just one, but now we got 5. We got a purity because there can be pretty cool there.
What we were watching where it had the it was where the mosque is built, which is where the temple's going to be built over in Jerusalem. And whose tomb was that? It's not part of the mosque.
Have any corpses? But anyway, that does give account. Concern scares our crud out of me. Because it's like every idle word we've got to give an account for. Well, there's only going to be and all these things, law of God. As a matter of fact, it says that in Daniel 13, Deuteronomy 18 tells us, and these prophecies, because, so we got to be aware of that. And that's why we got to be watching for the man of righteousness versus the man of lawlessness. Now, here's where it gets difficult. I'll tell you right now. I don't have it completely figured out. I'm not going to ever say that I do. My doctrine changes on a regular. Don't you know? He asked me where to. He didn't say I'm mad. I said, "Oh man, I have my face in every science book. It can't be his God. You need a new one." And so this time I was also a drug dealer, and I said, "Uncle, I don't know what you got, but I want $20 worth of it." He was not impressed. And then so he started talking to me. I told people I had a drug problem because I got in trouble down there in eastern Kentucky, and then we became Christians. Baptist, so to say. And, we went to Northside, which is non-denominational. Jesus is to me, only prophecy in 3:9 for us exactly. He won't stumble, but when he walks at night, he will fall. So 12 hours in a day, 12 hours at night. That's 72 hours. And I had a little calendar right there. She's trying to color in the morning. I understand there's Saturday. They didn't get. And again, this is nothing that anybody has, and I don't want the Roman Catholic Church changed. Not in the first century. Quite a few things, but they'd already been doing things the way the Roman Catholics have done it forever. So they just kept right on doing those things. To what it says in Jude, to go back to the original gospel that the apostles were preached. So, but anyway, long story short, that's how that works. Not meat problem, meat offered as sacrifices. But it also works for people that have different doctrines that are not salvific in nature. You know what? There's so many, you know what? Has nothing to saved. No. And see, this is what they call the oral Torah in Mark chapter 7. They call it the tradition of the elders. And again, it's just oral tradition from breaking the Torah. Well, that caused more problems. So anyway, and we look at something and say, it's neither here nor there. It's like with me and Christmas. I don't do Christmas, but I'm sitting here amongst time of year to talk to people about Jesus, because after 8 went up to Solomon's portico and declared himself to be what? No reason to break from fellowship, but I see so many people for the least little thing. Yep. And then they're called the Samaritan, buddy, like that. So it was, I am lost. Waited in the Lord Jesus Christ that nothing by itself is common except to him who esteems anything to be common, it is common. Now that's Romans 14:14.
That's what I was wanting to ask about.
Great. Love to go to the Greek Concordance. I'm sorry. In the King James with the Concordance buildings 2839.
You have a concordance?
Oh, and the Concordance Thayers, and not only you can go back. Yep. Elohim. That's a problem. But when you know what that means, it's like that divine spiritual creature.
But the unclean and the common.
Yes.
Unclean have any contact after they have babies and all that sort of stuff. So
Right.
there's lots of unclean things there.
Well, it's unclean be longer for the female child than the male child. Because when you are born with every egg you will ever have. That is your potential for life. This is going to be treated differently because the potential. It's kind of a new thing. This one is usually shared by all. Total ordinary belonging to generality. Now, so that would see. They are unclean. There, I believe that's the Ark of Thought. I always get those things backwards. But one is clean thing. You can never be clean. And so, if you were to come into contact with a dead person, you could go 7 days, ceremonial wash, boom, you're clean. You can go back and clean. In the Bible and outside of Israel. Well, what did Jesus say? He validated the law. He says, go to the temple and give the offering to the. Again, whenever it's just my opinion, I'll say first opinion chapter 2 according to Mr. Jim. The bride I got my blessing to. And then no matter what it. So that's, chicken, duck, lamb, whatever. And then you come to get. Do not, for your food, ruin the one for whom Messiah died. Now, can you imagine? There's other things that we can do besides eat. I mean, how many places do you go where are be understood areas of Paul? Paul's different. Some people who are ignorant of anything. He's just basically saying, guys, if you're going to, don't. Not. It is but to fulfill them. And he goes, you're going to hell. Says they're going to be called least in the kingdom of heaven. So it's not a salvific issue. The blessings, that's how it helps us. It is not good to eat meat or drink wine, nor to do whatever by which your brother stumbles. Do you have belief? Have it to yourself before Elohim. Now, do I have a belief that it's loud? Oh, if it's in the Bible, have it doubts. If he eats is condemned, belief is sin. So, who's
Or do anything that causes yours, and I thought that was very different sounding. Blessed is the one who
at foresight? I want to get better at doing this in advance rather than looking. So we're going to, it is